Hi guys, and welcome back to ABCOC TV. Today we are doing things a little differently, and as you can see, we're not our normal studio. We're actually at Sundrop Vintage's warehouse in San Clemente. Really cute. We're actually going to go on a little tour here in a little bit, but first I want to get to know more about you guys and Sundrop Vintage. You've definitely been a staple in the industry for a while, but not too long. I think you're just going on 5 years of your business, which is incredible. And Sundrop has grown tremendously in the last few years, so really excited to be chatting with you ladies today.
Aww, well, thank you.
Yeah, of course. So tell me how Sundrop Vintage was born. How did the concept come about?
Do you want me to take that?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, the concept came about, I actually was helping Allie's friend do her wedding.
Okay.
And I wanted to get a little settee for her. And anyways, in the pursuit of trying to find a little settee, I did not get a call back. And so I just thought, okay, well, I'll buy my own. And,
yeah, I like that.
Yeah, so I mean, basically that's how it started, is I just went and bought my own little settee for this wedding.
Oh, wow.
And named it Sarah, and after the bride.
Yes, I love that.
And we still have her, and that's how it started.
I love that. And this was about 5 years ago.
Yep.
What were you doing before that?
Before that, I had a little flower shop in San Clemente.
Okay.
I was co-owner of it, yeah, and got out of that. Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Okay, so you started with one settee, and now you have a full warehouse.
Now it is full-blown, multiple settees, couches, chairs, you name it. Yeah, it's, yeah, I did not expect it.
I love that story.
Did not expect it at all.
Okay. Okay, so you have a settee. And it was it stored at your house at first?
Oh yeah, it was. Everything was in our garage, and then in our carport. So
Okay.
I've got I have a really long driveway, and so in our carport is where everything was stored. And literally every time I walked out my door, I would have to just breathe because everything was just there, and I felt like the biggest hoarder.
Yeah.
And even like if somebody was coming to the door, they're gonna see all this stuff.
Right.
But
yeah, like, it's okay. This is gonna be a business one day.
Yeah, I mean that's how I started thinking, just because it was growing, and I remember our first customer coming to the.
Yeah, they came to our house.
Oh my gosh.
My mom's house. Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, and we just put everything on the driveway, and
that's so cute.
Yeah.
So it was one settee, and then you started buying more stuff.
Yes.
So we've actually purchased more stuff for that first wedding.
Got it. Okay.
So it started with the settee, but before the wedding, we had acquired other pieces that we used at the wedding.
So fun.
Yeah.
I love that so much.
Yeah.
It was kind of conceptualized by you, Teresa, and then Allie, how did you get brought into the mix?
Well, I had a full-time job at the time, and so I just kind of started helping my mom do different things, a lot of her email stuff and the contact, that behind the scenes thing.
Yeah.
So I did a lot of that, when I got home from work, and then I just went full-time with Sundrop last October.
Okay.
Was like full-time. So
So exciting.
yeah, I kind of did it part-time for that whole time. Well, it was like a part-time, full-time job, right? So,
yeah, well, I think I remember meeting you, and you worked for a senator, right? Or a
I worked for the government.
So very different from
totally
a vintage
different.
rental company.
Totally different. So yeah, I was in politics for a long time. My husband and we met in Washington, D.C. We both worked on the Hill, and then I moved out here and started working for a state senator. So that I was with the state at the time. Yeah.
I love that. Were you always a creative person?
Yeah, I mean, I think it was always there. So yeah. Mm-hmm. There's also a different element to it. It's like serving people and helping people, which also is something that you do in the wedding industry as well.
Yes.
And that's something that's very prominent in politics is, working in a state senator's office, you're serving people.
Yeah.
It's like your number one
That
thing,
is true. And it's just in a different capacity.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I like that. So, like I said, you guys have only been around 5 years.
Yes.
Which is, we're on the same time frame.
Yeah.
About 5 years for Milani weddings, too. But you guys are all over the place now. I feel like you have a huge social media presence, and you're always sponsoring, and, I mean, your Instagram and social is so amazing. So, tell us your secret. How have you grown so much so fast?
Yeah, I'm no secret. I mean,
I don't think we have a secret at all. We just, try to. We try to do as much as we can. We wish we could sponsor everything, but we can't. And yeah, we just try to be out there.
Yeah, I just think you're so humble. I think what you've done in such a short amount of time, and I hear it too from our colleagues, like, wow, Sundrop Vintage, like they didn't start that long ago and they're all over the place. Like I feel like you have such a great presence in the industry.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. We love serving, bottom line. And, the community and events and brides and coordinators and it's fun. I mean, it's hard work, but in the end, we really enjoy it, and seeing people really happy and enjoying atmospheres.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So,
creating pretty spaces.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's so fun. I know our industry is so fun, but so bizarre. I feel like because we do serve people, and it's like we do have to make things pretty, but there's so much madness behind the scenes, but it's also so rewarding at the end of the day.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So I actually grew up with a family that loves antiquing. So like the Circle in Orange, like love antique stores. We even had like a spot growing up. So antiquing and like vintage shopping is so fascinating to me. So tell me, like, what is the process of procuring pieces for the collection?
You know what? It's just the love is trying to find it, and we just kind of scour. Like we have relationships with estate sale companies.
Okay.
Love the Circle.
Yeah.
I was just there. But yeah, I'm thrift shops.
Mm-hmm.
Or we get family and friends just saying, hey, we have some friends that are getting rid of this. Would you want to see it? Or and sometimes we get random phone calls. Of just, hey, are you interested in this? And we're like, well, send us pictures.
Yeah.
So yeah,
that's great.
Yeah.
How often do you guys scout for new items?
Well, I kind of have a problem. I'm looking every day.
Really?
So, yeah.
You look every day? Oh, wow.
I do.
Okay.
I mean, I'm just, I can't help myself. I'm always like, looking on my phone or if I'm just,
I love it. Well, then you're passionate about it.
I am passionate about it. I love it.
So
I love doing
work.
it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We try to turn over pieces though too when we get new ones. We try to figure out what hasn't rented out and try and move it.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, if it doesn't pay its rent,
right, it has to go. Yeah,
which is really hard. But,
yeah. Oh my gosh, I love that. And I feel like everything in your warehouse, your collection, is so kind of. I feel like when you see like a vignette, it's Sundrop. It's curated so nicely, which is which is great. Yeah, that's just a compliment to you. Yeah. Not really a question. Show me around. You have so much.
Well, we're a little full.
Yeah, you're building up. I love these like racks.
So as far as a warehouse goes, like when you have couches, you need to like utilize your vertical space. Mm-hmm. And so you got to go up and you got to get your racks.
Yeah. And you have a full container coming.
We have a full container.
Bali.
Yes, I don't know
to find some space.
Yes, exactly.
This is a good problem though.
Yes. And this is our pillow section and poofs and rugs and all that good stuff.
Pretty.
Yeah. Love. Kind of stuffed.
And all of your stuff is on your website.
Yes. Yeah.
Amazing.
We try to get it on there as quickly as it comes in. You know, sometimes I have to recover, repaint, or whatever it is.
Yep.
And so that takes time, but also the longer that it stays off of the website, it doesn't make its rent.
Right.
And so we got to get it on the website.
Yes, I like that. Make its rent. If you're not pulling your weight, you've got to go. Guys.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Well, they all have names, so they're kind of like
They
people.
do. Yeah, because you can't just say the white table or the rattan table.
Yep.
So they do have names.
That is really smart. I like that a lot. Yeah. So, show me Sarah, the very first piece that you ever bought.
This is Sarah.
Yay! Oh my gosh, she's so pretty. I
Yeah.
love this. It looks so. Did you reupholster this?
We did. We
Okay,
found Sarah
gorgeous.
at like a, I think it was a thrift shop. And so 5-6 years ago, it was before Sundrop started.
Yeah.
So-
How much did you buy it for?
Oh gosh, I don't know. I really don't know.
Yeah.
But
I wonder. Probably not very expensive.
oh yeah,
Right?
no,
Yeah.
no. Well, what gets expensive is the recovering and the
Right.
reupholstery.
Yep. Mhm.
So that's very expensive.
Yeah.
And so you got to factor all that in rentals.
Yeah, makes sense.
So-
And I like that you said that because a lot of people I feel like don't understand the process, and they,
Yeah.
I have heard, well, I can just buy it myself. Well, it's, how are you going to bring it to the wedding? Do you really want to
Exactly.
deal with taking it back after the wedding?
Yeah. Where are you going to
What
store
if
it?
where are you going to store it? What if it gets damaged? Do you want to deal with all of that?
Yeah.
And factoring in, there's, guys that
Yeah.
have to take it out of the warehouse, put it on a truck. But yeah, I
Yeah.
really value
And
what
I
you do.
understand that because I used to think like that.
Right,
And-
but you are now,
And so now I'm on the other side where
Yeah.
it's like, you know what? That's great, but there's all these other things, these factors that you have to think about. So.
Exactly. So what is your favorite thing about being in the wedding industry?
I would say serving the brides. I think, we really ultimately, like, the end goal is to make the bride's dream come true. And I know it sounds so cheesy, but it's fun when we can when we can match a bride with exactly what they want, and then just see it come to life at the end of the day. I think that's the fun part.
Yeah.
Especially when you've been working with them for maybe over a year. It's kind of fun to actually see it come to life.
Totally.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think just the minute they walk in the door, sometimes you can feel how stressed they are just with all their decisions,
Right. Yeah.
And just, the little part that we play, it's not a huge part, but just to be able to give them a little breathing room, just to say that it's going to be great, it's going to be beautiful, it's going to be okay, it's going to be here before you know it, enjoy the process, because it'll be done.
Yep.
So.
That peace of mind. And I feel like you guys have both a very gentle energy, so that's nice. I'm sure for brides.
Yeah.
So what is the process like if someone wants to hire Sundrop for their wedding? Do you like working, or do you usually work with planner designers? Do you work with a client directly? How does that process work?
All of the above.
Yeah.
We work with everyone. So I have events that we've done where I've never met the client, and then I have events where I've only talked to the client. It changes all the time. So kind of how the process works is it's different for everyone, to be honest. So I have some people who just walk in and they want to tour the warehouse. Or I have people who submit a wish list on our website, and then we send it to them. And then they kind of create their lounges, and sometimes they never even come into the warehouse to see the pieces in person. Some brides come in 5 times to see the pieces in person. So I'd say that there's no the same. It's different every time.
Yeah.
So
I like that.
Yeah, generally it starts out with an email though, and then we find a time for them to come in and do it that way.
Cool. Do you find any kind of process like one of your favorites, or maybe a little bit more streamlined or easier?
I like when they actually come into the warehouse because, we do have quite a few clients that never come in and it's all online, which is fine. But I think sometimes it helps to see things in person because you can decide,
see the
colors
size.
look a little different.
Yeah, color. Yeah, feel it.
But we've never had any problems with people who just book online. So
No, but I do have to say it's a much easier process when they come in with the coordinator.
yeah.
Yes. Okay. Yay!
Absolutely, 100% hands down. When they come in with a coordinator, because the coordinator helps because you're already working with them, or the coordinator's already working with them, so they kind of know what's going on behind the scenes, whereas we're just jumping in. So it helps to keep them focused.
Yeah, and I think when you walk in here, it's like a wonderland
Absolutely.
for couples, and they're like, oh my gosh, there's so many things.
And it can be very, very, very overwhelming if you're not, if you don't really know the process of it, or you don't have an eye.
Yes.
It can be very overwhelming.
Yep.
To where you're just like, you just shut down.
Right. Exactly. So, well, I'm excited to go try. Actually, I haven't been here in a while, so so many fun things.
Yeah.
So I know you do a lot of events, and you've been published a few times. I want to hear more about that. But what's been your favorite event to date, if you had to choose one event?
Yeah. You know what? I have to think back in the very beginning. There's so many events that have been wonderful and great. And when I think of an event, I think of the people, you know. But I have to go back to humble beginnings of when we met you at the Serpent's Hand.
Oh, yes.
And we did
Oh
Shane's
my gosh.
wedding.
Yes, yes,
And that was kind of our first, like, really.
Oh my gosh, that was a good one.
Yeah, you know, with, I
Yeah.
mean, we had, just her ceremony was just all
Yes.
lounges.
Yes.
And so that
I
was.
wonder if we could like put a photo up.
I know.
Maybe.
Yeah,
Ding.
that was fun.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
I love that you said that.
Yeah.
Yes, that was like 2015.
Yeah, something
And
like
we
that.
we had like a relationship with her. We did her baby shower too.
Oh
Yeah.
yes, I think I remember that.
Yeah, it seems like yesterday, but it was a while ago.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, and you named, I think,
We have
a
we
table.
made a table for her that we named. Yeah.
Oh, I love that you said that.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a good one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
all
was.
lounge.
Yeah.
The seating was really cool.
Yeah.
That photo was on our like Facebook page for a long time as
Yeah.
like the cover photo.
Yeah, it was fun. I mean, that definitely is a memory in our beginnings.
Oh, I love
Yeah.
it.
But we have so many events that are so similar that that
Oh.
we that they're all our
And you've been in
favorite.
People magazine, right?
We were just in People.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
We
amazing.
just did a model's wedding on Father's Day, so that was
Oh,
like
okay.
2 weeks ago.
Oh wow! I feel like you were published before. I think.
I think yeah. Oh, maybe yeah.
You're like we
It's
just have
been-
so much.
That was
going
just the
on.
one that
We
was
don't
just
remember.
it just came up. So that
Okay.
one.
Yeah.
I did another one on Father's Day. Very
Yeah,
cool.
yeah,
Yeah.
she's
You're all over the place.
Yeah.
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 All right, so let's talk pricing. So for brides who might be watching, what is a lounge vignette? We kind of say that. I think we've said it a few times, and maybe brides have heard it, but they don't know what that is. And what's the generic pricing for that?
So I would say the lowest for pricing is $650 to $675, and that would be like a love seat, a rug, a coffee table, and 2 chairs.
Awesome.
Obviously it can go up from there. You can pick more expensive pieces and all of that. Delivery is not included in that price, and the delivery varies because if we're going to Malibu or down the street, there's a huge price difference there.
Yeah.
Also, if there's 2 trucks, 1 truck, 3 trucks,
Totally.
we've had all different size weddings. So
Yeah. And
that-
team has to come back and strike. If it's in Malibu, that totally makes sense.
Yeah.
exactly.
And then I know you guys have tabletop too, which is so fun. So for those of you who don't know, tabletop is something that's so on trend right now, especially for sweetheart tables. So sometimes it's expensive to do like specialty place settings for everyone, but a lot of couples will opt to do like just a sweetheart table place setting. So how much does that run?
So for just the sweetheart, we charge $22, which is $11 a person for each person.
Okay.
And that's a full setting. So that comes with full flatware, dinner plate, salad plate,
Cool.
bread plate, and then like sometimes people want a little bowl on top.
Yeah.
Just kind of add those fun touches, and then it comes with
Super
water.
affordable.
Yeah,
Yeah.
water goblets, and champagne, wine, and a charger.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
So pretty. Such a fun kind of add-on.
Yeah.
For those photos, those detail shots,
Mhm.
and to make
Definitely.
your dinner experience on your wedding day that
Yep.
much more special.
That's
I love
right.
that.
Exactly.
So you mentioned your trucks, and I know you've grown to a much bigger operation in the last few years. So tell me about your team. Like, what is the ins and outs of like the admin team, warehouse team? Walk me through all of that.
So we have 4 in the office, my mom, me, Sophia, and then we have Kelly. And then as far as our delivery team, how big is it now?
Oh gosh, I want to say maybe 6 to 8 guys.
Okay.
And they're all college kids,
Nice.
so they're.
I
all
love
pretty
your
similar.
staff. They're so
Yeah.
sweet.
Yeah, they are. They're great guys, and
Yeah. I love that.
We're
Yeah.
lucky.
Yeah.
For sure. And then my dad also, we're a family business. So my dad handles scheduling for all the logistics. So
Okay.
he schedules all of our delivery team and
Oh,
strikes.
that's so nice. I'm sure that's a full like job in and of itself. Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
yeah.
Yeah,
So on
it's
average,
tough.
how many events do you do a weekend?
I would say 5-ish.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
yeah, we're
incredible.
at 5-ish.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
Wow.
Some
Yeah.
weekends are bigger. It's
Okay.
just, it depends on the weekend.
Yeah. So how are you getting business? Where have you found is best for like marketing, advertising for you?
We get business from all over. I think we get people who direct message us on Instagram to people who just found us on Google, all sorts of things.
Yeah.
Word of mouth.
I think word of mouth.
Yeah, word of mouth is great. Venues refer us, planners, all sorts of things.
Yeah.
We have some corporate clients as well that just keep coming back.
Okay. So during the week, usually for those?
Yeah, or like galas on the weekend and stuff like that. So, yeah.
So fun.
Yeah.
5 events. That's crazy.
Yeah, and I mean, it's like, it varies whether it's, big or small events. But there's always something. Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah. Sometimes it's nice when there's not anything. But,
Right, yeah.
but you've got to have something. But
Yes.
anyways.
Yeah. Yeah, this industry is like one weekend you can have nothing and then you
Yes.
have like 7 the next weekend.
Exactly.
So you cherish those weekends off.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's time to brag a little bit. I've been bragging about you this whole time because I think you're great, and I think that what you've been able to do with your company in less than 5 years has been amazing.
Thank
Because
you.
we have worked together from
Yeah.
the beginning, and I remember that. I remember meeting Allie I think we met at the Estate on 2nd, Jay's tasting, and it's been incredible. So now it's time for you to brag. Maybe tell me something, like what, if you had to say, why. Oh my god, no. Let me redo that whole thing.
Sounds good.
It was like way too wordy anyway. Okay, so time to brag. Why should clients or planners, designers book Sundrop Vintage for a wedding or event?
Well,
I think our
Why?
dedication to service, we definitely have high standards
yeah.
for what goes out of the warehouse. Everything has to be cleaned. Before our delivery team delivers, they vacuum and clean everything. We never send anything out dirty.
No. Yeah. I do have high standards on. It's just, if I wouldn't want it at my house or my party, it can't go out.
Yep.
Bottom line.
That's so important. Yeah.
It is. So, I mean, because these pieces speak of who we are.
Yeah.
So, and I think our customer service, we've had planners or coordinators call us saying, that the bride who kind of organized the wedding, but they're maybe day of, and they're short, 10 goblets or something. Can you help us out? It's like a SOS, please,
Yeah.
And because we live close, I have no problem, coming and grabbing 10 goblets and taking it,
Yeah.
locally
That's so nice as a planner. That's helpful to know.
Yeah,
I
I
really appreciate that a lot.
I think it was a couple weeks ago we had a planner call us, and she was just a day of coordinator. But she was like, the bride forgot to order a sweetheart table, and there's no sweetheart table here.
Oh my gosh.
And it was like, we had delivered farm tables because that was on the order. And so she was like, can we add a sweetheart table? Can anyone bring it down? And so, absolutely. Someone ran over here and put it and brought it down there, and, I don't know what would have happened.
Well, Eric did, Dad did.
Yeah.
And it's like, we're out in the garden,
Yeah. Oh
we
my
get the call.
gosh, yeah.
And it's like, but that's her big day.
Right.
I can get back to the garden,
Yeah.
but her day's not going to be repeated.
Right. And that's,
So.
but that dedication of service is
Yeah.
I think it speaks volumes, and it's really going above and beyond. I don't think everyone does that.
Yeah. So, anyways, it's just who we are.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yay. Okay. So where do you see Sundrop Vintage in 5 years?
That's a good question. I mean, at the rate that we're going, I mean, it's just, sky's the limit. I mean, we've already outgrown our little spaces here.
Yeah, and you don't just have one warehouse, you have 2 now.
We have 2.
Amazing.
Yeah. So and we're in the largest space in this business park.
Oh wow.
So we can't get any,
No.
Yeah. So we're just holding tight and just seeing what happens, and having fun, just having fun, doing weddings and events and meeting people, and so we'll see.
It.
But I do hope we're, in a larger warehouse with lots of room, and so
I think we
we'll see.
will be.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah, you keep finding cool stuff.
Right?
So.
Yeah, exactly.
Every week.
Yeah. So
I
We need to
love
slow that
Yeah.
down.
yeah. We actually have a container coming tomorrow from
Oh my
Bali.
gosh.
Yeah.
Oh, fun.
So-
From where?
Bali.
Do you really?
Yeah. So yeah,
So
it's
exciting.
we've been waiting a long time for this.
Oh, cool.
And so yeah, so we're
We don't
excited.
know where we're gonna put the stuff, but we
Yeah.
I know. Wow.
Coming.
Keep building up. Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
that's exciting. Is it vintage or?
No.
No,
it's
it's,
not
all
vintage.
new.
Yeah, it's all brand new.
Wow, how'd you find that?
I actually found her on Instagram, and she's a new business, and she's doing importing.
So fun.
And
Just an
yeah.
importer.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So fun.
Yeah.
Are you gonna post it on Instagram and?
The
social?
Yeah, I'll-
pieces we get, yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
excited.
I
love
I need to look at them
aesthetic.
first. It's like, you know,
They've been on a
Yeah.
ship for a long time, so
Yeah.
we have to see what they look like.
Oh
but
my gosh,
yeah.
that's crazy.
yeah,
Oh, that's
but it's exciting. It's fun. Yeah.
Very cool. I
Yeah.
love that. Yay! Well, thank you so much.
Yeah,
It
it's
was
our
great
pleasure.
getting to know you a little more and
Yeah.
about your humble beginnings. And you guys have grown so much, so really, really impressive.
Yeah. Well, it's been a journey. It's been a lot of ups and downs, and but we've met great people, and it's people like yourself, and you know, other coordinators and people that we keep doing what we're doing.
Yeah, I love that so much.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
Alrighty guys, there you have it, our interview with the ladies at Sundrop Vintage. So impressive with what they've managed to do in 5 years. We hope to see you in our next video and at our next meeting, which is July 9th at Villa del Sol. It's going to be an all-member social, so we hope to see you there. Tickets are on sale now. Thanks guys, see you next time. Bye.